Hello everyone, it is Jebro. We are going to be going through a build video today in open world. But first, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and if you want to go even that little bit step further, join as a member or take a look at the Patreon as well. So this is just something I've been using in open core Guild Wars 2 because I've been map completing. And I don't play Holosmith much. I know a lot of people probably say, you know, Jebro, you say you don't like playing Holosmith because it's a bit boring, it just does damage. Well, I've had a little bit more fun with it recently because I haven't been playing it. I'm sorry about all the stuff going on in the background. I am in Dragon's End. I didn't think about that, but I kind of like it. It's green, it's cool, and it works well with the purple. Look at me with my flashy armor for 10 years, but also the chest pieces from the gem store, so sorry. So, what is this build? Well, basically it's easy gear, okay? It's Berserker. Pretty much mostly Berserker with Scholar runes as well, because you do a lot of damage. Increases your strike damage as well by 5% while your health is above the 90% health threshold. The idea is that you're going to be kiting a lot, okay? You're going to be kiting a lot with your rifle, and you're also going to be like kiting a lot with your Photon Forge as well, because we've got a lovely little difference in this build because it's really fun, honestly. And something that I actually completely forgot they added or changed, or I just completely missed when playing Holosmith before. The rest of the utilities and whatnot we'll go through. Well, first of all, we're going to go through the equipment. As I said, Berserker stats, going with Scholar as well, all on the rifle. It's going to be energy, get a little bit more dodge for survival, as well as just 5% flat out damage increase. Berserker stats as well. If you want to chuck infusions on here and increase your power damage, feel free to do that. I haven't got that on this character. Also going for Berserker stats on your amulets and your back piece. I like it. But then we're going Diviners. We're going to try and get some concentration in there. So if you're new to the game, you don't know what concentration is, it ups your boon duration. The reason why this is to get a little bit of extra swiftness, a little bit of extra time on your might as well, so you can stack up to about 20 stacks every so often when you're in fights, and just have a good time with our boons, okay? We also get a little bit of boonage here from the Elixir U with stability, vigor, and quickness, and there are some other boons within the build that we'll talk about as well. Don't forget, might on your blunderbuss too. That is a big change from previous things. If we go over towards the build, you can see we've got explosives, we've got firearms, and we've got Holosmith. This is going to be a little bit similar to the raid build, honestly. In explosives though, we're going to go for, you know, glass cannon. We're doing this is a roaming damage build. That's what this is. We've got some break stuns and stuff like that. There's not a lot of survivability. It's all about you finishing them before you get killed. That's why this is fun. So strike damage dealt increases when above the health threshold of 75%. Explosions cause vulnerability. Explosion on our rifle. We'll also get explosion on our first skill here as well on Light Strike Storm. Ooh, nice. That sounds like that fast show thing. Anyway, you have increased chance, sorry, wrong one, vulnerability. Then we've got explosive temper. So explosions grant stacking ferocity when they hit, mixed with this trait down here, which is the crystal configuration storm. So Light Strike Storm, which is a ranged damage ability with your first skill on Holosmith, which I'll show you there. Can't really see it. A little bit of range. It's really fun because you get stacking ferocity at range and you can kite. The reason you can kite is because the trait will come up in a very short period of time. But that is going to be a maximum stack of 20 ferocity each time. 20, bang. It's good. It's 200 ferocity for free. Deal increased strike damage for each stack of vulnerability on your target. You're going to be popping vulnerability like nobody's business. Number 1 on the rifle, and also number 1 on your Photon Forge as well. All explosions for grenade kit as well. Okay, it's loads of explosions, loads of extra damage, and then explosions have a chance to cripple and cause bleeding. This isn't really about damage, this is about kiting your enemies so that they're never going to catch up to you to do that damage. If they're melee, they're screwed. They're not touching you, you know. You've got a lot of maneuverability, you've got like mobility, and you can move around your targets pretty easily. Might be worth trying this in something like World v World and such for fun, but you will die a lot because there's not much survivability in this. It's all about killing your targets. Maybe I'll try and come up with something in the future. Firearms, sharpshooter, so critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding. Okay, you have an increased critical chance to foes within the range threshold. Now this is one where I'm like, I don't know about that. This, you could easily switch over to Sanguine Array if you feel like you're out of the 450 range a lot of the time, okay? Because this is 1,200. If you're really going hard, then that's up to you, okay? But remember, this as well, where's the range on this? This is 600. So you want to be in that 600 sweet spot. So you'll probably be okay with this. If not, go for that cheeky one there. See how it works out for you. You have increased chance to critically strike against bleeding foes. You're already bleeding people because you're doing a lot of crit damage. No scope is going to be just fury. Critical strikes on foes within the range threshold grant you fury. Fury grants you ferocity. Another bunch of ferocity. You got 150 there, and then you've got like 200 here. Okay, that's a lot. That's 350. That's pretty smashing. You're not going to go for the other two because it can condition based. Well, the other one is condition based. This one, sorry, is different. They changed it. It's now might. So you could go for that if you really want to stack that might. Bleeding you inflict gains increased duration. Not really that important. And then the final one, deal increased strike damage for each condition on your foe. The conditions you're going to be putting on is going to be vulnerability, don't forget. You've got bleeding from your second skill. You're already putting bleeding on from crit. You're also going into jump shot, which is vulnerability there. You're going to have conditions such as, chill and whatnot coming out from your grenade kit. I don't know why I was on the rifle, sorry. But you can have all of these conditions as well. So don't forget, pop those conditions out from your grenades every so often. You don't have to use grenades here because obviously, we're not going for a grenadier here. Actually, we're just going for increased strike damage. So you could go for grenadier here if you're going to go grenades. If you don't want to, you don't have to, and you can just go for this damage. You may not even want to go grenades at all. But if you don't go grenades, I would change the trait up for the increased damage for each condition on the foe. You're going to get at least 4 conditions on your targets most of the time, 2 or 3, and then it's going to just bumps up your damage even more so. Then Holosmith, this is the fun one, okay? First one is going to be solar focusing lens. Your first 3 attacks after entering or exiting Foam Forge inflict burning and deal increased strike damage. That's the bit, okay? But don't forget there's the burning as well. So that's the condition that you are putting on your target, increasing the damage elsewhere. Gain health per unit of heat lost, blah blah blah, normal Firearm Forge stuff, Holosmith for stuff, and then we've got the bigger one I was talking about. This is affected by explosions. I have tested this, it does work, and it is a ranged ability on your first skill. Photon Forge, if you just press 1 without this, is a melee ability. If you press it with this trait enabled, it is ranged and it is fun and it looks good and it feels impactful and it feels fun to use. This is the fun build. Okay, I'm going to drop down in a second to show you. Laser's Edge, while Photon Forge is active, outgoing strike damage is increased based on your current heat. So your higher heat, you can do a little bit more damage. Increase of 22.5% damage. And then the final one is increased maximum heat capacity, which is another bar here. 100% is here, then it's 150 to here. And then you're going to gain extra might. So while above 100% heat, periodically gain might. Some skills and traits gain additional heat tiers. That's some of the stuff here, not everything, okay? So just remember that. I'm not going to go into a massive amount in this build. That's the bones of it, okay? I'm going to talk about it as we go and kill some of these things down here. I'm just going to change my options a little bit. Again, sometimes I just don't have time to edit, so this will be a little bit on the fly. Okay, so let's jump down here. This is like high-end mobs. They're a bit tasty. We can have a little bit of a jimmy here. See what's going down. You can see there's 1 condition, easily 2 conditions. So your damage is already increased by 4%. And even just there, just hitting 1, boom. Pretty nice. So this is the thing. And then there's bleeding, and then there's vulnerability there. And then we can pull out the extra damage, get that elite going off. Boom. Not even been hit yet by these mobs. I know they're not that difficult to kill because we're in Dragon's End and it's a thing. But the plan is, you know, to just kind of just not get hit, you know? Use that quickness out as well. Remember, don't forget, like, rifle is such a powerful weapon as well. And we've got two legitimately great, like, stun breaks as well, which is really, really good. And yeah. Wham, 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 600 range. The conditions as well, the burning, even though they added a little bit of condition damage, I know it doesn't hurt, you know, it does not hurt. Okay, always fun. And don't forget as well, second ability on Photon Forge is swiftness. I've timed this so that every single time you get that off cooldown, your swiftness runs out. So you're not just spamming a ton of concentration to get that extra time up for your boon duration. You know, because you don't need to stack it. It's so hard because you're only in fights for a little bit of time, you know. So why not just have that concentration for as long as that swiftness runs out if you don't want a mount, or if you know, haven't got a mount yet. You should have a mount by that time if you've got Holosmith, but you know. And also don't forget, you've got a healing turret. You can use a different heal if you want to. There isn't really anything buffing your heal here, so this is really a choice that's up to you. Okay. Don't forget that you can also blast your heal as well to help you get a little bit of extra healing. Use that fifth skill, holographic shockwave. Blast away, as well as using your jump shot as well. You know, make sure you get that little bit of cheeky extra healing where you can. Also healing allies around you. Really, it is a fun build. It is a build which I've been playing a little bit in core Guild Wars 2, and we made it on the stream, and it's just been fun. So if you have enjoyed this and you would like to give it a like, a comment, and subscribe, I would very much appreciate it. Otherwise, let me know if you didn't like it. That's okay as well. I don't mind criticism, peeps. Don't forget, we will be doing a weekly stream on YouTube as I get smashed in the face by this guy. And let's kill him before we go. Weekly stream on YouTube, which is starting this week. Obviously, if you've watched this in the past, it will still be going. Hopefully once a week. We're not sure which days we're going to be doing. We're going to be enjoying that. And again, haven't really been hit much. And my HP is about 16k. Really depends. No food really much at the moment. Loads of stacks of veracity. You can see the Fury is pretty permanent as well. It's just a fun build. It's not going to be like, you know, this mega build, which is like you never die and all that stuff. I like to have a little bit of risk in open world as well, because it's more fun. And also I love playing Scrapper. I love playing the other things. If you want to be like me and get some fat loot, then go do the things. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you later. I've got to run. Got to get out of here. Got to run. Got to be quick. Okay. See you soon. Bye-bye.